Hey guys, my name's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm here today with my little sister, Cami.
Hi.
She's 17 years old, and the reason we are shooting this video today is because this is something that is highly requested. A lot of times people ask, do I have siblings and are they also positive for the BRCA genetic mutation? Cami, like I said, is 17. She hasn't been tested yet, and because I tested positive, that means it runs in our family, and she will get tested one day. And might have to go through the same experience that I went through. In full transparency, we're doing a get ready with me, and we're getting ready for nothing because we're stuck in quarantine.
I have no idea.
I haven't done my makeup. I don't even know how to do it anymore.
Me too. The first topic is genetic testing.
Okay, first though, I'm gonna do a primer. I never do primer, but we just got these from the Sephora sale.
Well, I just use powder. So I don't know if you need that for that.
Try it, why not? This is the Smashbox Photo Finish. Ooh, look at you!
Please ignore my nails.
Why, they did good, I thought. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So, does genetic testing hurt?
So no, genetic testing doesn't hurt at all. I actually did a spit test, so you just end up spitting into a tube. Were you there that day when I did it?
I feel like I was.
I feel like you were, but yeah, so basically you just spit into a tube and then they test that tube. And if I can give you any advice, it would be to definitely do a full panel. A lot of times people only get tested for one mutation instead of getting tested for like a full panel, so a bunch of different mutations, because people think, oh, I don't have the BRCA gene, I'm good. But really there's a ton of different genetic mutations out there. If you're watching this and you're like, what's the BRCA gene? Basically every single person in the world has the BRCA gene. So Cameron has it, I have it, you have it, and it's your cancer fighting gene. So all day long it's like fighting cancer, and mine happened to be mutated. They're broken, so it doesn't fight cancer as well, which is why my chance of breast cancer in my lifetime was 86%. Except now it's like 2% because I did undergo a preventative double mastectomy. Okay, now I'm gonna put, this is kind of bougie, but it is the best. So did you know you're supposed to wet these?
Yeah.
I just learned that.
Were you scared to get tested?
I wasn't scared because I had no idea what it was, like why I was really getting tested. Our mom is really the hero of the story, and she is the reason that we all got, or not we all, but that I got tested and my other sister got tested. Our other sister is 25, and so she got tested before me actually. And I kind of explained it's like a Oprah moment, like you get a car, you get a car. I was like, you get tested, you get tested. We just all got tested, but Cami was too young. I got tested at 22. So you would have been 11. Yeah, 10, 11. So she was way too young to get tested, so she didn't end up getting tested yet.
Where did you go to get tested, or where do you go? So
this is kind of crazy, but I've never gone to a geneticist. You actually had an internship with one, right?
A genetic counselor.
Yeah, genetic counselor. So I never had a genetic counselor. Oh my gosh, because we've been in California and I normally live in New York. It like does not match the color.
I think it does.
You see my forehead?
Oh. Kind of.
We're gonna ignore that. Also, I just learned that you tap this onto your head like this.
That's kind of hard.
Oh, I'm tapping it too hard. Wait, you like this?
Well, you don't have to go that slow, but I can hear it pounding against your forehead.
So I just went to my mom's primary care physician or doctor, and a lot of times they can do the test for you. Especially if you get it cleared through insurance. But I never had a genetic counselor, and I feel like it would have been so helpful to have someone who actually like explains what it all means to you and like kind of can help you throughout your whole journey. Because if you do test positive for genetic mutation, it's not like, okay, that's it, you move on with your life. Now you kind of have a lot more knowledge and awareness of your risks of cancer. And so there's a lot of things that you have to do and a lot of different doctors you have to see and monitoring and making big life decisions, and having someone like an expert who understands next to you or guiding you through, I think is so important.
Yeah, so you can ask questions.
Isn't that kind of like what you watched with your genetic counselor?
Yeah, most of the people though, when they came in, they didn't like understand. I mean, mine was prenatal, so it wasn't like cancer, but they didn't really understand, and she kind of didn't speak with like language they understood.
A lot of doctors just like talk like you understand what they're saying, and half the time you're sitting there like,
they're all sitting there like, what?
And it's a lot of information at once.
It's a lot.
Kind of overwhelming.
And they show you like books and stuff, and it's just a lot.
It's a lot.
So you just have to ask a bunch of questions. Okay.
I'll do another video of like questions to ask a genetic counselor, questions to ask a plastic surgeon, a doctor, and if you have any questions that I don't cover today, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Okay. Look, I'm getting the hang of YouTube.
What age did you get tested?
I got tested at 22, but I do trust the timing of like the universe, and I think everything happens how it's supposed to. But I do feel like I was really young to get tested at that point because it does change your whole life, and I wasn't really prepared for how much it was going to change my life. I just figured, okay, I'll get tested and move on, and it doesn't really matter. But it does matter, and it did make like a really big difference in my life.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, did you do powder already?
Yeah.
So Cameron asked if I would teach her how to do a cat eye. Do you want me to teach you, or you want me to just do it?
You could do one eye, and I'll try to do the other.
Okay.
I just don't have any makeup. So
use mine.
Just powder. Well, I kind of already did powder.
Try to contour.
I don't know how to do that.
So I take a brush like this with like a bronzer and like with my cheeks a little and go like this.
What brush do I use?
This
one?
No, use this one when I'm done with it.
Okay.
Also, don't at us if it's like not nice, good, or hygiene or something like that to like sheer brushes. We don't know what we're doing, and we're sisters, so you know. I feel like sisters can just like break rules like that.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I just realized you look way taller than me.
I am taller, but...
No, but look at where you're sitting.
Because of my stool versus yours?
Yeah. Look at it. Okay, next question.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Did you know what you wanted to do before you got tested?
I didn't even know that I had to do anything when I got tested. And I also don't think you necessarily... You can use this now. Necessarily have to do anything. You should definitely make a decision between doing surveillance if you do test positive or having a preventative surgery like I did. I think that's really important. I don't think that you should really just be like negligent with your health, but I didn't realize I had to do anything. I just thought getting tested was all you had to do. I think knowing that now that you do have to make one of those decisions, like you should really be prepared when you get genetic testing to make those big life choices. You know, like for you, you're going into it in a completely different situation where like you've seen...
Yeah.
So pretty.
I don't know how to do it.
You look so cute. Like you've seen this whole experience for me. So like, I don't know, for you, like...
Well, yeah, it's a lot less scary for me.
You think? But also kind of scary too, though, knowing... I just see beauty people do this, so I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've seen every like option basically through like your community.
Yeah.
I'd probably do what you did.
Have a double mastectomy.
Yeah, because I like explain how you explained it to me with the plane analogy.
So someone explained this to me and it always made me feel really confident in my decision to undergo a preventative double mastectomy. But getting tested for the BRCA genetic mutation and hearing that you have like an 86% chance of breast cancer in your lifetime, like it's kind of like getting on an airplane and having the pilot go like, hello everybody, like welcome to today's flight. We have an 86% chance of crashing today, so hope you put your seatbelts on and cross your fingers, hope for the best. And it was like, oh my gosh, like if someone told me that every time I flew an airplane, there was an 86% chance of me crashing or not like surviving, I definitely would not stay on that flight and I would never fly again.
Yeah, nobody would.
Anybody would,
yeah.
So to me, that was like a really reassuring thing where I was like, oh, this was definitely the right decision. For me, it didn't feel like an if, it felt like a when, and I didn't want to worry all the time. I used to say this a lot. I wanted to be a warrior, not a worrier, and that's kind of still how I feel. How do you feel about getting genetic testing? Somebody asked, how old is Cammie and is she going to get genetic testing when she turns 18? So you're 17. That's like in a year from now. Like, what do you think about all that?
I don't think I want to get tested at 18. I feel like that's kind of soon. I feel like I should get tested after college, so I'm not like stressing about it and like worrying about when it like if it's gonna happen. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think I was realizing that I had an 86% chance of breast cancer, and to me that changed my whole life because then I was like, my breasts just like were scary. Like they felt like ticking time bombs and I felt like they weren't mine anymore. I didn't want them. And then they didn't feel like sexual to me. Like it wasn't like... It was just scary. It was just scary. And every time I like put on like a cute top or a bathing suit, I just kept thinking like, is today the day that I'm going to find cancer or find a lump? And like, I don't want you to have to think about that when you're in college, you know? Yeah, I don't want to either. So this is not a beauty blogger thing at all, but I use my bronzer
and I use my blush as eyeshadow.
Is mine rubbed in enough? I don't know. No, I just got it all under my nail. I think this was like $5 highlighter.
It's really pretty. It did not break.
Yay.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
She just dropped this on the
lid
ground.
fell off.
It's really pretty though. What is it?
I don't know. I got it for my birthday a long time ago.
So pretty.
It's lasting a long time.
I'm gonna put some on. Can you leave it open?
Yeah.
Okay, yay. Are you doing eyeshadow or no?
No.
Okay.
I'll just put this on my... Where's that bright stuff?
So I do my bronzer on my lip like this.
That does anything, but I've seen people put this under their eyebrow. I mean, yeah. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like a little highlighter under their eyebrow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that too. Now I'm adding blush by my eye. And I actually copied my other sister. She always does like a pinky orangey, and I copied her because it looks so goodly.
What do you wish you knew before you got tested?
I wish I knew that, one, it was going to change my life and like how I felt about my body. I wish that I knew that everything was going to work out how it was supposed to and everything was going to be okay, and not to like be scared, and to know that like knowledge is power, and the more you know about what your body and your genes are trying to tell you, the healthier and better your life is going to be. I really wish that I knew I wasn't alone. Like when I got genetic testing, I felt completely alone. I felt like the only young woman in the world going through this. I didn't know anyone else. My friends weren't going through this. And I wish I knew that there were thousands and thousands of women out there like the breasties, you know?
Yeah, well now there is, so.
Yay.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to get tested?
We kind of covered that. I mean, like I said, do a full panel of testing. Make sure that you have a support system with you. And try not to be scared of it and be just more empowered by it.
We're going on to mastectomy.
We're moving over.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, what are you doing now on your face? I just put highlighter on my nose, on my cheeks, on my thing. Why does your face look so beautiful? You look gorgeous. You kind of need to do your neck though. Because you want your neck and your face to be different colored.
Okay.
You don't care for today?
Well,
we're not going anywhere.
How to do that? I guess I'll just put powder on my neck. I was going to put highlighter in my eye.
Did you use this? Did you use my bronzer on your face?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do your neck a little.
Yeah, I look like orange. Why do I look orange?
Ready for eyeliner? I'm so excited about this part.
I feel like this is uneven in my eyeballs.
Anyway.
I don't know if that did anything, but...
Let's see. Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Kind of makes your eyes like pop. Is that the point?
I don't know. I've just seen people do that, so I tried it.
I'm gonna do it too. I'm just gonna draw one on you.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to watch me do it?
Sure.
So I like to go from the bottom of my eye, like follow the eye right here, and go the natural extension.
I feel like if you pull it though, then it's not like even. But that actually looks really good, so. Wow.
Not bad, right?
No, that looks really good.
All right, do you want to try?
Sure.
So just go the natural length of your eye. You can watch me do the other one. This is just the like Sephora brand eyeliner, like long lasting eyeliner, and it's number 1.
Is this like, I feel like that's gonna not be.
I think it, well, yeah, mine's kind of like that too.
Okay. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna try.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Thanks. What? Where do you start? You start on this side? Uh-oh. I feel like if I pull it, then it's not gonna be even.
It's gonna take a lot of practice. It doesn't, unless you're a natural.
No.
Okay, go from the bottom and like just go the natural line that, yes. Wow, perfect. Wait, let me see. That's not terrible. Let me do one of yours. Let's see if I can do one of yours.
It literally, I need to get this off my face.
All right, what was the question while you take that off?
What brand of implants do you have?
Okay, so I didn't. Yeah.
I literally just came right out.
I know, Q-tips are the best. So when I was deciding to have my surgery, I just really trusted my doctors. I thought I chose the best doctors for me and my body. My plastic surgeon didn't tell me that there were different brands of implants. So there's 3 main brands of implants manufactured in the United States: Sientra, Mentor, and Allergan. And they all are good for different reasons. They all have different benefits. And so the ones that I currently have are the Allergan ones. They're the round silicone Inspira. I have 520 cc's. In the past year or so, it came out that the brand that manufactures the implants I have also manufactures teardrop implants. So like I said, I have round implants, so round, and they kind of can move around however, and you don't know if they flip necessarily because they're rounded. But if you have a teardrop, it's like this, and it's supposed to give you like a natural slope, kind of how, like, you know how I have that like shelf where it just like kind of stops here and like is dramatic in my opinion. This is supposed to give you like that natural teardrop slope from here down. Yeah. And those are textured so they don't move, and what happens is like scar tissue can kind of grow around them to keep them in place, because there's ridges in the texture of the implant, and that is causing cancer in some patients. And I personally do not love the way that that specific brand has responded, and like I don't feel like that they're really like caring for the patients in the right way and helping them through. Like, they're barely supporting them having the implants removed. They don't want you to have those implants removed unless you have signs of cancer, or like if there is signs of like irritation. And I just think that's so messed up. Like, if I knew that a certain kind of implant was in my body and could cause me cancer, I would be devastated. Like, the whole point of the surgery is to prevent cancer. Yeah. So then if it's causing cancer, like, I don't think I could sleep at night. And it's not my fault that I have them.
It's like the same thing as knowing that you have like the mutated BRCA gene. Yeah. And then just like thinking about constantly getting it. It's like,
it's the same thing. Yeah, totally. So I just don't feel like they've been very supportive. And for that reason, it made me like dive deep. And this will be another video where I kind of compare the 3 different kinds of implants in case you're going through this and want to decide which implant is best for you. But there's other implant manufacturers that I think do a better job. They care so much more about their patients, and also what the implant's actually made out of, I think, is better. So I am thinking about having a revision surgery. I'm not thrilled with my reconstruction. And so I've been saying that for like 3 years. So I'm finally ready to like actually jump on, like actually move and get forward with like having a revision surgery. And I will be switching implant probably manufacturers.
Are you given an option with your type?
I kind of answered that, but like, no, basically what happens, and I wish I knew this before my surgery, a lot of times your plastic surgeon is getting like kickbacks or incentives by the manufacturer of that implant to use those implants, which I think is shady, but also is like kind of normal, I think, in the medical industry. So a lot of times that happens, or like for whatever reason, plastic surgeons like have certain preferences when it comes to the implant. And so nobody ever sat me down and explained this to me. Like, there's 3 different options. This is why I think you should have this one. Something to note, a lot of times doctors do what they're best at versus what's necessarily best for your body. Mm-hmm. So for me, for example, what I did was my plastic surgeon said, this is what we're doing. And I just trusted that that was the right thing, not really doing the research or realizing. So I think it's important to be your own advocate. So what I have is, like I said, 520 cc's. I'm under the muscle. And for me, it's not really great. Like, the way that my implants are placed caused me a lot of back pain, a lot of discomfort. They're very far apart, and I'm very active. So I think being over the muscle would have been a lot more beneficial for me. And also knowing that, like, what are the differences of these implants and kind of explaining it. And my doctor just never said.
What's the difference of under and over?
So basically, when you go under the muscle, they split open your muscle and place the implant under your muscle. And that's why, like, I'm not gonna do it on camera, but you know how I can like move my, like they like kind of make that weird whatever. And because of that, they can move around a lot more. And so like mine are in my armpits. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, but I can like make, well, I'm wearing a long sleeve, so I can't. But if I'm not, I can literally make like a fart armpit noise with my boob. It's so weird. And then over the muscle is they place them over the muscle, and oftentimes they'll use like a matrix to hold them in place, which I would have liked to have done, and it just keeps them closer together and they don't move around as much.
Do you have scars?
Should I show them or no? Yeah, so I have 2 scars. They're right under here. I'll try to show them in an appropriate way so you can kind of see it right there. Mm-hmm. And then on this side you can see it there. And I actually love my scars. Like, I think they're really sexy, and I actually like when they like kind of pop out of my bathing suit or whatever. I made it into like a way bigger deal than it needed to be. I recently went through a breakup this year, and I thought dating was going to be impossible. I thought people were going to like judge my body or not like my breasts because I have scars, and nobody cares. Nobody really even notices. And yeah, I like them.
I like them too.
Really?
Yeah. How does it feel to lose feeling after your surgery?
It's really weird. So feeling has started to come back. So like there's little things that I can do now. Like this is like weird, but have you ever had like a pimple on your boob or like a little?
Probably.
Yeah. Before, if I like had like a scab or a scratch, like I couldn't feel it. And now like the other day I went to like pop a little pimple on my boob. This is so weird. And whatever. And I could actually like feel like my fingers like popping it. I was like, oh my gosh, like I am getting feeling back, which is exciting. But it's weird, like a lot of times like I'll run into things because I just don't have that I'll run into things because I don't have that spatial awareness. And I've like set like one time I was holding one of Mom's like picture things that has a spout on it, and I didn't feel that it was against my body, and the spout was on, and literally I didn't feel until my pants were soaked with water. I know, it was crazy. But there actually is something that I wish I had known about. It's called ReSensation, and it's basically this technology that reconnects your nerves so that way you can get feeling back. And a couple of my breasties have gotten this done in conjunction with their plastic surgery or with their like reconstruction surgery, and they have full feeling back, they say. So, or almost full feeling, which is amazing.
Can you still do that? Like if you get your reconstructed surgery,
yes,
you can do it?
So I'm almost positive that now I can go back, and when I do my revision, they can also do this to try to give that 100%. Yeah. Okay. Wait, let's try to do your eyeliner.
Okay. I'll ask you another question.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is kind of an obvious question, but how has this affected your life? I mean, it changed your whole life.
Yeah, it changed my whole life. I think that this can be like the biggest thing in the world that happens to you, or it can just be something that you do and like you can move on with your life. It doesn't have to be your whole world. Like there's some days where I wake up and I forgot that I've even gone through this. And then there's other days where it feels like there's nothing else in my life but this, if that makes sense. Okay, like open and see if you like that line. Wow, that was... Your eyes are going to pop.
I don't really wear eyeliner, so I don't really know what it's supposed to look, but it looks really good on you, so...
But if you like it, then that's how it's supposed to look.
Okay.
Close your eyes. But so for me, like I said earlier in this video, I just felt so alone, and I never wanted anyone to feel as alone. And thinking about you when I was going through this, you've always kind of been in the back of my mind where I'm like, God forbid, I hope you test negative, but if you are positive, I don't want you to feel as alone as I did, and I want you to have like a community of people to lean on in a way that I wasn't able to. Like, it's so cool to go out to brunch with like my breasties and talk about like, I like that one better, so I have to fix this one. Do you care if I lick it? No. To like go to brunch and like have like a normal brunch with a bunch of women who've gone through the same thing or similar things as me, and like it's what brought us together, but it's not what like keeps us together. Like these are the most amazing women ever. I've met some of my best friends, and I like don't feel alone. I don't feel weird. I just feel like this is part of my life and our life. So it's like kind of normal, you know?
Okay, did your surgery hurt?
Oh yeah. You don't really remember because you're on so many pain medications that like it kind of numbs the pain of it, but like, and you kind of, I think it's like human nature to black out pain. So I don't really remember it, but when I look back at videos or like my mom talks to me about it, she was like, Paige, you felt like you were hit by a truck. Like it really is painful. Your chest is very tight. So yeah, it does hurt for like a week or 2 weeks really badly. And when you have the drains in, it's so uncomfortable. Like if you move the wrong way, it's
but
like...
you had that robe.
The robe was amazing. Definitely highly recommend the Anna Ono Miena robe. I'll link it below too.
Did you have to get implants?
No. So nobody told me this. My doctors never once told me this, but you actually don't have to get implants at all. You can choose to stay flat if you want. You can also choose to have like a deep or a flap surgery. So basically you use part of your own tissue to create like your boobs. And it's such a good option if you don't want implants, or it's just a good option in general. It feels so much more real. A lot of women who do have that done have so much more feeling back, which is amazing, and they just feel more natural. Like I think having these foreign objects in your body, implants, like can be really hard on some people. It was the right decision for me, but there's tons of options, and I've seen some of the most beautiful like after photos of women who've chosen to stay flat, and they look so sexy, so cool, and they totally rock it. So I think whatever feels best for you, you should do. Ooh, are you doing it yourself?
I'm trying.
I'm here for that.
Were you scared?
I was definitely scared, and I think I just pretended like I wasn't scared, but I felt like I couldn't be scared. I think my family was so worried for me. Do you remember it at all or not really?
Not really.
Like, I think no one in my family had gone through this. We didn't know anyone else really who'd gone through this preventatively. And so I think that my family was really nervous for me, and I was so young. They were just scared, like, what's going to happen, and is this the right choice for her? And now we all know and agree that it is. But I think because my family was so scared and I didn't really have anyone to talk to, I didn't want to be scared. Like, I wanted to just be strong for everybody and just be like, I know this is right. I know this is right. Even though the whole time I was like, am I making the wrong decision? Because it's a huge decision. And it was really scary.
Well, yeah, especially if you don't have someone to like look.
Totally. So yeah, I was really scared.
Okay. Did you keep your nipples?
I did keep my nipples. And that was something that at the time was really important to me. I thought that like I had to keep them, and that was like a part of my identity almost. But now in retrospect, I've met so many women who don't have nipples and just have their scars across their chest, and it looks beautiful. I've met a lot of women who removed their nipples or couldn't keep them because they had a cancer diagnosis and then got the tattoos, and they look so good. Have you seen any of the nipple tattoos?
Yeah.
They look so real. Like, you cannot tell that they're not real. And then some other...
I like those that they get like flowers and stuff. Like,
yeah, it's so cute. Dana has like a tattoo with flowers all across her chest. She's the creator of the Miana robe. Check her out. They can use skin from like another part of your body and kind of like make a fake nipple. So it like actually has dimension, and then they tattoo over it if they want, and it looks amazing, or they just keep it as it is. But I think whatever you decide or whatever ends up happening is right for you, and they can all look beautiful. And I think if you're worried about like your partner or somebody like being unsure about how it looks or like being comfortable in that way, I think when you own who you are and you're proud of your body, it allows other people to follow suit. So like with my scars, for example, I think because I'm like, hey, I'm Paige, and like this is who I am and this is my story, and I have all these like really empowering photos of me and kind of sexy photos on my Instagram, it encourages like the people that I go out with to feel the same. Like, oh, cool. Like if I'm like, these are badass, someone's not going to be like, no, they suck.
Yeah.
You know? And if they do say that, I'm like, I don't want to be with you anyway.
Are you happy you kept your nipples? Like, do you wish that you didn't?
Like I said, it was super important to me at that time. Now in retrospect, like, I don't really care either way. If I didn't have them, I would probably just get the tattoos or like have fake ones made. And the benefit of that is that there is still a chance that you can develop breast cancer in your nipples even after you've had a double mastectomy. It's a very small percentage. Like, it's not very likely, but it can happen. So if you want that extra peace of mind, removing your nipples is probably a good idea. But yeah, I would be happy either way.
Do you wear bras now?
I'm not wearing one right now. I barely ever wear bras, and if I do, well, I wear sports bras to work out just because it's like a lot more comfortable, and my boobs are my foobs are so far into my armpit. Like, I do like that support of holding them closer together. It helps a lot. But if you do need a bra, like for after surgery, highly recommend. This is just like a promo for Dana. Go to anaono.com. Now I'm going over the lip liner with Kylie Cosmetics. She really does have amazing lip kits, and this is a matte one.
Not that you should wear a bra, but I think that when you wear like crop tops, you should probably tell them about your airport story.
Well, wait, where were we the other day where you were like, I just saw your whole boob?
We were in the media room, and she's wearing like a crop top she made, and she like reached up and her whole boob was literally the whole thing, and she can't feel it. I don't think you can. No, I have no idea. A couple months ago, I was on a date, and we were at a coffee shop, and we were sitting outside, so I went to put my jacket back on. Like, we were outside, we were inside, then I went outside, went to put my jacket back on, and I like you lift your arms to like get the sleeves in. And I lifted my hand and I had a crop top on, and my whole boob was out. And thank God he was so nice, but he was like, you just flashed the entire place. Was it your first date?
No, thank God. We'd been on a couple dates, and like he knew like all about everything. And we both just laughed about it, but I was very embarrassed.
Are you happy with your results?
This is such a tricky question because like, it's taken me a long time to learn how to love my body again. I always loved my scars. I've like always been obsessed with those, but I felt really uncomfortable. I never wanted breast implants. I was really happy with my body before, and they didn't feel natural for a long time. And now they finally do feel like a part of me, and I'm used to them, and I do love them, but I'm not happy with my results because I know that they could have been done differently and better, like I explained earlier. Like,
yeah, like after seeing everybody that you've seen.
After meeting so many women and hearing like over the muscle, under the muscle, like I wish that I had done it differently.
Do you regret having your surgery?
Not at all. I regret not knowing more before I had surgery, but having surgery was the best thing that I could have done for me and my health. I just feel such a peace of mind now. Like I barely ever think about getting cancer. I barely ever worry about finding a lump. And that is the best feeling in the whole world. I regret not like doing more research, but having my double mastectomy changed my whole life and taught me so much about myself, and just like becoming an advocate for myself and then being able to become an advocate for other women has been like the best thing in my life. Like so empowering, so happy. So yeah, no regrets at all. But there was definitely a point where I was like, am I making the wrong decision? You know? How does like all this make you feel about like, you're turning 18, you think you're gonna wait till after college, but like let's say that you did test positive, like what decisions do you think you would be making? Or can you not even think about that yet because it's like so far away?
I just do what you did, but also like I'd probably have you there with me at like a consultation or something if I did test positive, so you would know what questions to ask, so you get the best like results.
Oh, I would be with you the whole way.
Which is helpful because then I know what to like, that I'm getting the best thing I can.
100%. Do you think that, like, does it feel scary to you, or like how does it feel? Like the thought of genetic testing?
Not really, because I haven't like done it yet. I think probably like at the time I probably will, but right now it doesn't scare me because like I see you and it's been so positive for you. Yeah. Like it hasn't really I haven't seen any negative. Obviously, like the whole thing isn't a fun situation, but you made the best of it. So.
Thank you. I love you. Did that start hurting your head?
No.
So we were going to do our hair. Your hair looks great. Mine looks wild. But I feel like we finished all the questions.
Yeah, we did.
So I guess we'll do a hair thing next time.
Yeah. Maybe
we should have done it before this so it didn't look like this during the video.
Yeah. Just put your headband on.
Do you have a ponytail holder? How's that?
That's cute, actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. Lucky. How should we end our video?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this Get Ready with us during quarantine when we have nowhere to go. Your makeup turned out amazing. I actually think you look beautiful. Do you like it? It's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's just like
It just kind of makes you feel dirty.
Oh, totally.
It's just like a lot.
Imagine wearing this out to like a bar or a club and dancing and sweating.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's terrible. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sending in all of your questions. I hope this helped you navigate getting genetic testing, figuring out more about a double mastectomy. I'm so excited you guys got to meet Cammie, my best friend, my little sister. I love you. Please, if you like this video, please subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.